Try your hand at solving these 7 tricky riddles to give you confidence that you can solve any puzzle out there. Are you ready for riddle number 1? Let's go. The secret password. Alex wants to enter a private club, but the entry requires a password that he doesn't know. So he gets in line and eavesdrops on club members who are giving out the password. When one club member walks up to the door, the bouncer says 12. She replies 6 and is let in. Then another member comes to the door. This time, when the bouncer says 6, the man replies 3 and gets in. Alex is sure that he sees the pattern and walks up to the door. The bouncer says 10, and Alex replies 5. To Alex's surprise, the bouncer doesn't let him in. Can you figure out what Alex should have said to get in? You have 10 seconds to think about it. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Do you have your answer ready? Let's see if it's the right one. Alex was actually supposed to say how many letters there are in the number that the bouncer says. The word 12 has 6 letters, and the word 6 has 3. 10 has 3 letters, so the password should have been 3. Isn't that easy? Let's move on to riddle number 2. Mugging. Entering a police station, a man announced he had just been mugged. He was asked to provide a detailed account of what transpired by the policeman. So the man explained, "I was on my way to the bank, and I had $100,000 in my briefcase. Suddenly, a man wearing black clothes, a black mask, and black gloves jumped on me, grabbed my briefcase, and ran away." The police officer noted a fresh cut on the man's face and asked if it were from the attack. The man replied, "Yeah, the mugger was wearing a silver ring on his left hand, and it cut me when he punched me." The police officer immediately knew that the man was lying. How did he figure it out? Time is ticking. This one is quite simple. If you paid close attention to the man's story, you probably remembered that the so-called victim said that the attacker was wearing black gloves, right? So even if the ring had cut his face through the glove, how could the man know whether the mugger's ring was made out of gold or silver or any other material? Lies, lies, lies. Here it is. Riddle number 3. Emily's dilemma. Emily has a lion, a lamb, and a bale of hay. She wants to cross a river, but there's only one boat, and it can't hold the weight of more than 2 items at a time. Emily also has to make sure that the lion doesn't eat the lamb, and that the lamb doesn't eat the hay. How can poor Emily get to the other side of the river with all 3 objects safe and sound? You have 10 seconds to solve the puzzle. Are you ready? The plan isn't all that difficult. Emily should first take the lamb across. Then she can take the bale of hay across and bring the lamb back. After that, she should take the lion across, but leave the lamb. Finally, she needs to go back for the lonesome lamb and take it across there. All 3 get to the other side of the river unharmed. Let's just hope that the lion won't eat her. All right, riddle number 4. Life or death choice. Max found himself in the middle of the ocean when he stumbled upon a floating house. The structure seemed abandoned, so Max, in true scary movie form, decided to investigate. However, as soon as he entered, you know what happened? The door behind him slammed shut. Max discovered a note revealing that the door behind him was locked, but there were 4 unlocked doors he could use to escape. The catch was what awaited him behind those doors. If Max opened the first door, he'd immediately fall into a tank full of hungry sharks. The room behind the second door was filled with lethal gas. Behind the third door awaited an inescapable well full of water. And if Max chose the fourth door, he'd face a chainsaw-wielding serial killer who murdered 100 people in 1918 alone. Dang psycho. So, which door should Max choose to survive? Your 10 seconds start now. What a choice to make, huh? Looks like death is behind each one. Well, death is waiting behind each door except for the last one. Although the killer sounds like the last thing you'd want to choose. He was slaying people a century ago, so Max will probably just be met by a dusty old skeleton covered in cobwebs. Harmless. Well, unless you don't like dust or spiders. Riddle 5 card trick. Emily is given a deck of 52 cards. She knows that there are 13 cards facing up, while the rest are facing down in a random order. She needs to create 2 piles with the same number of cards facing up. Oh, and Emily is blindfolded and can't see a thing. So how can she do it? Easy. Emily just needs to take the first 13 cards from the top and simply flip them over. Done. If you don't believe it, let's break it down together. Imagine you took the first 13 cards from the top. Let's say there are 9 cards in that group that are facing up. That means the remaining pile would only have 4 cards facing up, since we know from the beginning that 13 of the 52 cards were facing up. So if you flip the first pile over, 4 cards will be facing up and 9 will be facing down, 4 and 4. There you go. All right, riddle number 6, the odd one. Look carefully at these 5 figures. The question is simple. Which one of these objects does not belong in the group? A good old odd one out riddle. Here are your 10 seconds. Did you figure it out? Get it? Figure. Anyway, if you choose the first figure, congratulations, you're absolutely right. And why is that? Because it's the only object that doesn't have an individual trait. The second one is round, which is different from any other shape. The third object doesn't have an outline around it. The fourth one is a different color from the rest, and the fifth shape is much smaller than the others. So we're simply left with the first figure, which is the only one that's not odd in any way. Tricked ya. Are you ready? Final riddle number 7. The Ticket Clerk. A deaf and mute man approached the ticket counter at a subway station. The tickets cost $0.50 each. The man handed over $1, and the ticket clerk gave him 2 tickets without even checking. How did the ticket seller know that the man needed 2 tickets? Try to crack this mystery in 10 seconds. Ready or not, here's the answer. The deaf and mute man gave 4 quarters, so the ticket clerk could be certain that he wanted 2 tickets. Otherwise, he would have given only 2 of his quarters. It's as simple as that. All right, how many of these riddles did you get right? Tell us in the comments below. If you guessed all the riddles correctly, well done, Sherlock. If not, no worries. Here are some more riddles for you to tackle. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell to stay updated on our latest videos.